Hi, my name's Mike Driggers. I'm an international speaker, top-selling author, and the founder of Authority Fingerprint and Instant Authority Now. And today on my show, I have an amazing guest with me, someone who's a good friend of mine and also the CEO of a company called Agora Advantage. And I am so excited to have him on this show to share with what his background is, but also what Agora Advantage does for you. Vince Baker, tell me, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show, Mike.
Awesome. It's glad to have you here. Hey, so tell us a little bit about your background, and then let's get into a little bit of detail about like Agora Advantage and how it is an amazing opportunity for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, thanks. So a little of my background, and some of the people may not know this, but I started out when I was very young helping the homeless, and then I was a PE teacher, and I actually never thought that I was going to be getting into the business arena. I was helping people, and when I decided to get into the business arena, I started to find some great success, and I started breaking records, different companies. I became a top salesperson in Yellow Pages. Within 2 years, I became a sales manager. I was out selling people that had been there 15 years, and I realized, wow, I have a gift for that. Then I moved into direct mail and was a top sales rep there. And then I started my own marketing company. And from there, I started learning about social media. This is when Facebook was coming out. And I was going around probably speaking 2 to 5 times a week, teaching people how to use the internet marketing to further their business. But the reason I brought up the first part is because when I always had a bad view of sales reps, and that's when I was younger, the used car salesman,
Sure,
selling things to people that they don't want it. And it's really important to me that one of the reasons why I was so successful at a lot of the things that I was selling is because I believed in the product. If I don't believe in a product, I can't sell it. I'm not the type of person that's going to sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo, right?
Right. Well, in general, sales are more designed for solutions providing. You're sharing a solution to a need that someone may have.
Yes.
Right? So, and it's really a discovering what their need is and matching that with the solution that you can provide. And I think that's what's so amazing about Agora. Now, so you've been involved with a lot of small businesses to medium to large businesses for a long time, it sounds like.
Yeah, throughout the years, because of my background and the different organizations or businesses that I was working with, I got a chance to work with hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses, and all the way from small mom and pops to larger organizations, and some big brand names locally, internet, also not inside, but around the nation.
Sure.
So I've had a great chance and a wide perspective, and because of my background, not only with the Yellow Pages, but also with direct mail and then internet marketing, the websites and things like that, I've really been able to learn a really broad scope of what really a business needs for marketing and then also for business solutions.
So that's pretty amazing. So from a skill set, from top down, you pretty much can analyze a business and look at what their needs are, and how a lot of times people don't quite see because they're so involved within. You have an outer perspective, and with your broad background, you're able to find solutions pretty quickly.
Yeah, and also throughout the years, I've seen people waste money, not necessarily businesses that I had, but when I got involved with them, there was a lot of wastage that had taken place with other companies they were with, and I'm able to advise them, like, don't go that route. And then especially in direct mail, we had people, millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars involved in that. And throughout the years, I've been able to see what works, what doesn't work.
Sure.
Working with businesses, when we did direct mail, we would actually promise them a certain percentage of success, or we'd give the next one free. We never had to do that because we were that successful at what we were doing. Yellow Pages, my roots, very successful, and that's before the internet got big.
Sure.
And then being on the internet, really learning. Which is one thing also I know people may know this, but Mike and I actually wrote a book together on target marketing.
Yep.
And teaching business owners how to be successful and drive traffic. But one of the things that I've kind of coined is the 5 pillars of the internet, which I get into, not necessarily in that book, but a website, not just having a website, but a powerful website that converts,
right,
such as having 20 plus reviews on that website to convert, or having video on there, people stay on the longer and it'll convert more. Video marketing, review marketing, social media marketing, and then Google. And then that's something that I coined and I've learned throughout my years of experience, that I can go in and look at a business because I understand the 5 pillars of the internet. I can tell, like, look, your website's weak, you're weak in video, or you might be weak on your reviews, or you might be weak in social media, or you're just not placing well on Google. So, and with that, I'll give one example. I worked with one of my chiropractors up in Roseville, and when I first started working with him, he had been burned by some other marketing companies, and he was, looking at me with a little jaundiced eye, and so he gave me a chance, though, and it was recommended, and so I went in there. He had 1 review on Google, he had 1 review on Yelp, and he had 2 reviews on Facebook.
Sure.
Within 5 months, through one of the products that we have in Agora, I was able to get him 350 5-star reviews using one of our products, which it revolutionized his business. We redid his website. We worked with a paid traffic campaign. He tells me, Vince, he said, every single day I get new customers coming and say they love my website because I've taken the knowledge that I have, we applied it to his marketing, and it's been a success. We've done that with a number of businesses because it just works. When you understand what it takes to be successful on the internet and what people are looking for, it's all fact-based, that it can really revolutionize a business.
Yeah, and a lot of business owners don't know what they don't know, and marketing can be very tricky and confusing for a lot of people. I know that then they spend a ton of money. Right, if they don't have someone that has of integrity and watches, what the customer's doing and how it's doing and how much they're spending for something they don't need to be spending, right? So, and that's kind of leads me into why I love Agora Advantage. Tell me a little bit about what Agora Advantage is and kind of the background.
Yeah, Agora actually technically has been around 25 years. Because within that time, which is the CEO of that company, which was a merchant service company, and he's now the CFO of Agora. Well, he had worked with probably over 100,000 businesses, and he's the one that actually had the idea to create a marketplace because it got more and more competitive out there for his sales reps to get the businesses.
Right.
And so what he wanted to do was offer other services such as websites and loans and marketing and a host of different business solutions for the business owner, which would help the advisor get in the door, and then on the back end we'd pick up the merchant account. So when I got involved with Agora, there was a really big push for getting the merchant accounts, and don't get me wrong, we still do that. We converted a lot of them over, but the marketplace was created. But when I became the CEO, we really worked on developing that marketplace, and we vetted out many different vendors, which businesses that would come in that were highly qualified, great at customer service. We'd provide discounts where we could. I mean, some of these are really extreme discounts, and then make it where the businesses it's a complete package. We probably have over 40 to 50 different vendors in it now, and we get new ones all the time, which I know you've helped bring a couple amazing vendors in here. And it's really important to us that we vet them out and find a company that is just excellent in customer service and excellent products and services that the business owner needs.
And performs.
Yeah. And if they don't, I will remove them. And I have removed some. But now we have some history with a lot of them, and they're just great companies, and the experience that we have with a lot of the vendors, a lot of the vendors to the advisors has just been incredible. The customer service is there. I can get on the phone. I know almost all the CEOs of the companies. I can get on the phone. If there's ever a problem, they fix things. They're just very responsive because they understand the value of being in Agora. Plus, they have great companies. Some of these companies have been around 10, 15 years. I mean, they're not just startups.
Yeah.
And they want to be in Agora because we have such a huge data bank of people, not only advisors, but also businesses that can access and buy products in there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the advisors here in a little bit. But the one thing I really appreciate about Agora, which plays off your knowledge and experience and many conversations that we had, was that these are business solutions for internet, for merchant processing, to security, to video, all that, reviews, everything, that for a very reasonable price with a large bang right, for the client. And that's what I love about Agora, is because now you know that if somebody's getting a product within Agora, they're getting something of value that's actually going to work.
Yeah.
Because there's so much fluff out there in the internet. There's so many, as they call it, fake news, right? Well, there's a lot of people that say they're social media experts because, well, they've been posting on Instagram and a couple times and here in Facebook, and so now they're experts, right? So really understanding marketing and having that background helps. And I know you've helped a lot of clients, and that's really amazing. Why don't you talk about some of the products inside, just a couple of your top 5 you like that fit that the 5 pillar.
Yeah, so a couple of them, and we can start like when you look at the 5 pillars of the internet. One of our partnerships we partnered up with, and we actually start, and this is worth $200. So some companies will charge a lot of money, but he will actually do an analysis on someone's website, how much traffic they're getting, how many backlinks they have, also their competitors. So we usually like 2-3 competitors, and then we'll also let them know how much traffic is taking place on Google. This is invaluable to a business owner. We offer this for free. It's a free traffic analysis, but it's worth about $200 because once a business owner gets a chance to see what's going on with their website, the type of traffic takes place on Google, right. We also look at their website, making sure that we feel if we drive traffic to it, will it convert? Sure. So that information alone is incredible. That's one of the products we offer. But we work with the website first because that's the foundation. And there's something I call branding, visibility, and then promotion. And the example, we had one of the persons we were working with was spending over $2,000 on Facebook ads and wasn't getting any results. When I went back and looked at his stuff, he had bad reviews on Yelp. His website didn't have any conversion tactics on there. I said, you might want to back up your $2,000 because that's promotion. We always want the foundation to be built. So we have the website, which is incredible. We do customized websites, very affordable, no contract, month to month. Right. We want them to last at least a year with that. We also do the directories. We can run a scan, let someone know their visibility all over the internet. Which I think that's a critical part. A lot of people don't understand directories and the power of directories, right? And you have that solution for them that makes sure that all the directories have the same knowledge of information about that business, because if it's off in 1 or 2, then it throws out the whole thing, and maintaining 250 plus directories is a nightmare, and that's a great tool for an inexpensive price that you guys have. Yeah, some people don't realize that, the facts out there is that it's called NAP, name, address, phone number. But it's really important. Also, business hours. People need to know, can I call you now? Where do I call you? Where do I go visit you? What are your hours, right? Things like that. Your photos, address, videos are important on there. Your testimonials are on there, because all this stuff gets pulled up on the cell phone. Someone searches into Yellow Pages online. It's in Google's business. It's in all these different places, and you've got to manage that so that there's consistency, because you can be penalized, and that's one of the products I love. Well, with that also is a lot of people, like with your cell phone, like this goes into your TomToms. It also goes into, like nowadays on the cars, there's a lot of services on there where they can just speak right into, BMW or Chrysler, you name them, right? But it also adds the information right into those, so people can find you there, because the last thing is that when people are doing a search, you don't want them to find your competitor over you. Yeah, absolutely. So we teach, make sure your visibility, your branding is how you look and feel. That gets into your logo, your website, your look and your feel. Your visibility has to make sure that you're in all the directories, that people can find you quickly and find the right information. So we fix all that information. That's very foundational. And then also video. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube is owned by Google. It's the second strongest search engine on the planet. And most businesses, only 9% of businesses actually utilize video as part of their marketing, which is one of the most powerful sources for marketing. People will stay on a website 60% longer, and it will convert 88% more if video is found on your website. Yeah, absolutely. And I've always promoted that video first. You do everything in video, and especially in today's world in social media. The beautiful thing about video, first off, is that you can record everything digitally, and then from there
You can pull images from the video, you can pull audio from there, you can take the text and create memes for quotes, you can post it. So you've got all this content to post on social media, and today you need to be posting at least 4 times a day. 7 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m. for any business, because nobody scrolls past 4 hours anymore. Right? And so video is very powerful, and you guys have a solution for that. Even the little animated cartoon videos, very inexpensive, and you've got a solution for that. Also, as part of your tool set, right, you have the Sotellus, which is a video testimonial that allows you to give from your mobile phone video testimonials from people, and right on the spot. That's powerful. Why don't you talk a little bit about that one?
Well, Sotellus actually has patent pending, but they're the only app out there that from a smartphone can get a video testimonial. What I love about this product is when you get, and this is really important. I just want to throw this in. A lot of business owners are very wrapped up in doing their business.
Sure.
And they don't want to pay someone to take over the marketing for them to have to do all the work.
Sure.
So the way that we've designed this is we've made it where when they buy these products, they can push buttons, make a payment, and all this stuff takes place on its own.
Yeah.
So it's very little work on the part of the business owner, which is very important. So when it comes to Sotellus, I can't get the review for you, but we can show you how to get the reviews. Like I did with Dr. Funk, I was able to go in there and help him get 350 5-star reviews. But when we get the review, we put an embed code. It goes right to the website automatically. It goes right to Facebook, the business owner's Facebook automatically. It also posts up in Google, and it also will go automatically into Google My Business, and it can be found in the search engines, all at the push of a button. And one other feature they have on there, which is very, very powerful, is that the person that gave the video at the end of it has an opportunity to share it on their Facebook page, and it will put their review plus an offer and reach into their whole data bank, which is incredible. I have not, in all of my years of internet marketing, I've never found anything more powerful than that.
Yeah.
I used to go around taking videos for business owners and getting video testimonials before this ever came about. This is like in 2008, before anyone was even doing this. So I know the power of it, and those videos are still up there getting views, people watching them. Yeah, because you don't date them, right? So it will last the history of the business. So this product is so powerful, and when you put it into effect, I mean, it really is what I call an internet storm. Because on the internet, I teach the 5 pillars of the internet. A lot of people, they want to get their website onto the internet or high up on Google. I said, why just settle for that? Right. You want reviews, you want video, you want your website, you want your ads up there, you want your social media up there. So there's more than one way to get found on the internet. Well, some companies just don't do enough.
And I love, because like Sotellus, like you said, it's a push a button. It does it at the snap of a finger. All these places, even Yelp, it posts messages I saw recently. Yelp testimonial.
What it does is it has the ability to help you get reviews on Google and Yelp. So when I went in with Dr. Funk, I was able, in one day, 15 customers pick up 40 reviews because we were getting 2 to 3 reviews, and we're using that app to do it.
Sure, yeah, and it's simple to use. It's compressed the process, right? Because the way you used to do years ago, you got to bring out the video equipment, then you got to take it back, and then you got to upload it, and then you got to go post it in all the places, and here, boom, snap of the finger, boom.
Yes, it's very powerful.
Amazing products, and I know we're just touching on just the top 3 or 4 that we've talked about. So as an opportunity for folks out there to take advantage of this, like talk about the opportunity as an advisor, and what can they do with Agora, and how can they use Agora to their advantage?
Yeah, so we have a lot of advisors. They're sometimes they'll come in either as a marketing firm or maybe an independent sales rep. They want to just come in and just make a living selling this. So I have public speakers involved. We have other companies. But the advisor is really in a position because, or sometimes they're selling one other product. For example, we have a whole bunch of advisors that came in and they were just selling text messaging marketing. They were going out selling a singular product. I said, well, you've already got the client. How would you like to be able to offer more to that same person?
Sure.
So we put more in the tool bag. So for a sales rep, it's incredible because you can go in, you can help them with their marketing, you can get them loans, you can get the merchant account, and a lot of these products, Mike, are residual.
Yeah, and as you talk about a sales rep, you're mentioning as an advisor.
An advisor for Agora, yeah. So
And you don't need a lot of sales skills.
no.
Right.
Well, I like the analogy of Matrix, because if you've watched the Matrix, they ask Trinity, they say, "Can you fly that helicopter?" She says, "No, I can't." But hold on just a moment. She gets on her phone, she makes a phone call, gets a download, right? If you watch the movie, and she goes, "I can fly it now." And and for example, I'm one of those type of people. I was raised on a farm and did a lot of work. I work on cars and construction.
Sure.
But one time I needed to change out a garbage disposal. I didn't know how to do it.
Sure.
So I went in and watched a quick little video on YouTube.
Sure.
And then learned, like, you got to do this little tool and twist it out.
Yeah.
And I learned real quick. So
I just did that recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I use that as an example because in Agora, like, we have all these products, but on each product we have different levels of permissions on there. So you have one level that the members or the business owners see, but then the advisors see different things. And we have training things on there. I'm a salesperson. I come from the trenches of sales. I love sales. I still sell.
Sure.
I mean, I just picked up clients, just here recently. I love to be out in the field selling.
Sure.
And Agora was built for the salesperson. But what we did is we put all the tools there, but we also have the training videos in the back there. So if you don't know how to sell the product, you can watch that video, go through everything right there, and learn. Just like Trinity, get a download and learn how to sell that product.
Yeah. And the other part I think that you recently added, right, was the power of, like, Aunt Betty, Uncle Bob. They're not tech savvy, but all they got to do is pick up a phone and get an appointment, and your team and the product team of the different products solutions, they take over for you.
Yeah, you don't really have to know all of the product. And I give you the story of a gal that she was a housewife, a mom, right? And she knew someone that owned 21 different restaurants, and I think they owned like 14 different gas stations.
Okay.
Didn't understand merchant services, and just connected to the right person, and now she makes a comfortable residual income because in Agora you don't have to know everything, because the vendors, we put the contact information back there, and you can actually call the vendors. Like, for, let's say if someone wants a website, maybe you don't know anything about it, you just have to get in contact or get them in contact with the person, the company inside of Agora, and they're sitting there waiting for those calls and welcome them, and it doesn't take away from your commissions. You hook them up with them because they're making money on the sale also, and then you have a chance to hook them up with them, and then they will actually help you close the deal.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is that there's really 3 levels to Agora that I see. One is you basically have the ability to just focus on retail. Like, if you just want to go out and just share with friends and family that own businesses that need help, you set up that appointment, boom, they do this work, you get a residual income. Extra, couple hundred or more a month, not guaranteed. Everybody's experience is different, but, it could go higher. But for someone that just wants to, hey, here, I've got this great product, you guys could use it, right? That's the first level. The second level I see is the level, like you've set it up kind of like a real estate way, that you have a broker type where you can have a team of people if you wanted to, and then the third way is going nationwide, being like a Starbucks, where you could have brokers develop different brokers within different areas that sell, and because you train and work with them and help them, you get paid. So there's 3 levels for somebody. So it doesn't matter your experience, and you've made it so simple for people to come in and get started. I think that's so powerful.
Yeah, we work really hard to work with small, medium, and large businesses. We have solutions for all of them, and we understand that small businesses can't afford high pricing, so we have the price down low. So as an advisor, as you go out there, you can help mom and pops, and we made sure that the prices were low enough, because if the prices are too high, the business owner can only afford 1 or 2 of them. I want them to be able to afford them all.
Sure.
Or a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Kind of like the Happy Meal.
Yeah, but I also have people out there working on McDonald's deals, national deals, chains, and we can handle those also. But as an advisor, like you said, you come in, you don't have to know very much. But as you stay with Agora, you actually become a true, what I would call, business consultant in the areas of the products we have, because we bring on these people, And myself alone, I have grown just being in Agora because we bring on these vendors and then we bring the owner in or someone that's highly trained in that area and they do a full training on that. And we record that video, we bring it back in time to time again, and I have grown by leaps and bounds. Anyone involved with Agora will grow by leaps and bounds. And although you might start out not knowing much, and you could even stay there and still make a ton of money.
Sure.
But you can also really grow and expand as a person, your knowledge, which that's one thing I really love about Agora is seeing people come in here, and we've seen people just grow by leaps and bounds. They didn't understand internet marketing because knowledge is power. And it's kind of like, I can work on, being raised on a farm, we worked on cars, we worked,
Sure.
we did
Sure.
we did construction, we built room additions and all that. So I know how to work on cars and I know how to do construction, but not necessarily want to do it all the time.
Sure.
But when I take my car in, I'm very glad I have that knowledge, although I don't do it myself, because I can say, hey, I remember one time someone missed a carter pin when they were doing some work. I said, hey, that carter pin's missing. And you may not, in the long run, do all these things, but boy, it sure is nice to know things about this and have it at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And have experts.
I think what I've coined before and I like part is that my favorite superhero is Batman, and you're literally become the Batman of business consulting for small business to medium to large. Without any knowledge, all you have is, and why Batman's my favorite is because he's a regular guy with a tool belt. And he has different tools that he can use, and that's what Agora allows you to have, is the different tools to help the businesses. And so in helping them, anybody, it doesn't matter what your skill level is, it doesn't matter, right? And you can make some money with this, helping people. I mean, what a better, I don't know any better company where you can help businesses increase their clientele and their revenue, and at the same time be paid for doing it, and without any skills or knowledge. That's so powerful. So how does an advisor get started? What are some of the steps, the next steps for them to get involved?
So with us having a lot of products in there, it can actually be overwhelming for someone new, right?
Sure.
So we always like to focus them on, where would you like to start? Would you like to help someone with loans? Would you like to help with merchant accounts, or would you like to get internet marketing? In the long run, you can learn it all, but you need to find out where you want to start.
Sure.
And those are the starting point, because although you can go in like Trinity and get the download, I think we have 50 different products in there, and we're also growing all the time. We get new ones all the time. So it's best to find out, where you want to focus and just start small and just focus on that product. And then I would commit to either once a day or a couple a week to watch the videos on the new products so you can get caught up to speed. But when you go into a business, Mike, and if let's say they just start with a website, and they sell a website to a business owner or some internet marketing or maybe a merchant account. Sure. Once the business owner is connected to them and they become a member, and that is underneath that advisor position, anything that member or that business buys goes directly to the advisor. So you don't have to know
they're
everything.
involved or not, or even
And not involved, because the business owner go there and buy something on their own. Like I like to say, we're kind of like an Amazon, Costco, Uber, meaning we're membership based. We're like Amazon because of online shopping experience, and we're like Uber because Uber makes tons of money on other people's products, right? So we're that combination. But once you get a business in there, and I've been with business owners too, and they can only handle buying 3 or 4 products max in one setting.
Sure.
But you can always go back to them later and sell more. So if you just start with one product, don't worry about that, because once you develop yourself or learn a little more,
and they're getting results, they're going to listen to you.
Like one of my clients, I did his internet marketing for him, and he goes, hey, I need help with my merchant account. Okay. And I went back in later. So you can go back in later and stay in contact and keep reselling, because you don't always have to pick a new client up if you're just selling a new product to someone. And like I said, these are residual, Mike. When I first started doing sales, I was working with real estate agents, and the product I was selling was they would pay for that month.
Right.
And then I have to go get new customers again and again and again.
Right.
But in the business arena, Mike, what's really important for advisors to know, when you make a sale, and it's on the business owners, don't cancel this stuff quick. When you pick up their website, their marketing, and they're happy with it, or the merchant account, they stick with it for years. I've got clients in Agora now that have been doing it for years, and they're not going anywhere. They're 100% happy. They're getting results. The prices are right, and they don't go anywhere. And so you can build a really nice income residually, which is really important. And this is really important in my heart to really help advisors, because I understand that when you get out there and a sales rep, most businesses don't understand this, Mike. Advisors really are the heart and soul of a company.
Sure.
If you do not have good sales reps or good recruiters, your company will go nowhere.
Right.
You have to have someone out there or people out there that are really on the front lines, in the trenches, making it happen.
Sure.
So with that being said, I really care, and I take to heart the advisor, and I value the advisor because I know they are the heart and soul of Agora. So I do everything in my power to make it where they have everything possible to be successful.
They have all the right tools.
All the right tools.
So they become the hero.
Yes, and we do. I do this example of a race car. I say, you can get in a race car and have all these features, or a really high-end car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could take it and just drive around the corner and pick up something at the store and come back. But as you get good, like with Agora, we have so many features, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know there's power windows and heating and cooling and cruise control and all the wipers
things.
And all these other features, or four-wheel drive or whatever it is. So there are tons and tons of features, and there's room for growth. So someone can come in and simply just drive around the corner, or there will be advisors, and we do have many advisors that come in here and take full advantage of the opportunity, because it really is a big, big opportunity. But my heart is, I really care about the advisors. I being a sales rep and coming from the trenches of that, and I've seen how different bosses treated me, good and bad, and it's so important for a business to understand that, because when you go out and you do a lot of work and you get residual, it's my job as a CEO to protect that money. I want them to get a residual income and be able to live the dream that they want to live, where they can go to Hawaii and that money will keep rolling in. There won't be these massive changes to the comp plan that takes half their money away. I can't stand when things like that happen. I'm here to protect the money, protect the advisor, and also provide products in here that they can count on, that they can feel good about, that will perform, and great customer service. And if it doesn't happen, and things can happen to anything. I get on the phone with these people, but almost all of these vendors, these businesses, and these services and products, they are high on customer service, and they respond quickly.
Yeah, one of the things I want to make sure that the audience heard or really understands is this part about the residual, right? And that they're the business, once they've referred to business, there's other solutions in there that the business is going to buy, and you may not have anything involved with it. They saw it. And so the difference in what this means is what we in sales, right, which is, again, we're just advising, we're sharing information. But in typical sales, right, there's a type of selling that you're as good as your last sell, meaning like real estate. When you sell a real estate piece, you're done. That's it. There's nothing that comes from that until that person wants to sell the house again, or maybe buy another one, right, as an investment or whatever.
Yeah.
Here is, you sell once, and this is what we mean by residuals, that it's always ongoing. You're always getting paid something, and as the clients keep buying, again, it stacks up and then keeps buying and so on, and so you're always paid as of the life of the client.
Yeah.
And that's very powerful, because for me in my career and things that I've done, I've always tried to find products and companies and things that I could sell that had that ongoing residual, that I wasn't in a position of I'm as good as my last sale, right? And with Agora, you guys help solve that issue and help people, and it's ongoing. And again, you don't have to be an expert to be involved, and that's what I love. So what are some stepping stones that that if an advisor comes in to try to avoid? So once they've gone in, they've now signed up through Agora, or someone referred them and brought them in, what are some things that they should look out for and be prepared?
Probably one of because the opportunity is so big, you could just not launch. And I've seen some people
get in and just freeze.
Yeah, like, where do I start? Where do I begin? Right. And so, and we put together processes. We have a Monday call. We do the training there, and plus I reach out as much as I can to the new advisors, and we have a lot of training. We have a thing in the back office called the virtual campus, and when they're in the dashboard, they can go back there. And back there, we have steps and training videos and how to get started. And it's really important that we help launch. And like I said, we mentioned earlier about picking one product, because you can look at something that's so big. It's an elephant. Or the trip of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Just pick one product, and if you just will commit to educating yourself on some of these products little by little, within a short amount of time, even within a month or less, you could have a really strong grip on a lot of products. And even if you don't, Mike, don't have a strong grip on the products, all you have to do is find someone that has a need, a pain point. So for example, let's take merchant services. You could just say, would you like us to do a competitive bid on your merchant account? You call our vendor, you hook them up with them, and they will take over. They'll ask for 3 statements, and they'll take over and do the rest of it for you. Or you can look on the internet and go, this person has bad reviews, and you can say, can I help you? Would you like some help with your reviews? Which that's a big one right there. Or or maybe they need a loan, right? And so we have the phone number, we have the contact information of the vendor.
Or they need a website, they need to get reviews, SEO, animated videos, security. I mean, there's so many different products, but I agree with you, focusing on that one product.
Just focus on one, learn that one, which I'm an internet marketer, so I would focus on probably, we have this thing called the free traffic analysis I was talking about earlier.
Sure.
Starting there, do the scan on the business for the directories, and then have the quick little video made that will show them what their need is and what's going on with Google. That's when someone sees that, we close those probably 7, 8 out of 10 times. When the business owner sees the video, they go, wow, they're hit with information they didn't have before.
Sure.
Plus, we don't lock them in heavy contracts. This is very big also, Mike. A lot of companies will put them into heavy contracts, charge too much money. They don't go accountability on the money.
Yeah.
So we don't put people in heavy contracts for month to month. We have to perform, and we're able to start them at smaller amounts and grow.
Increase as time
Increase
goes.
it, yeah, so they don't have to invest a lot like you in the paid traffic. So keep it affordable. We do have companies that expand into really large budgets.
Right.
But we grow them there.
Well, that's pretty powerful, as a solution, and especially for folks that are maybe looking for something on the side, right? It's the Uber of business solutions, like you said, Uber, Amazon, and Costco, right? So great resources and tools, and I highly recommend that you take advantage of it. Again, Agora Advantage. My name's Mike Driggers, and my good friend Vince Baker. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. And folks, make sure you go and take advantage of this. And how do they get in contact with you?
If they're working with an advisor, then they can get with them, and the advisor can bring them in directly into that. Or you can, if you're just watching this on the internet and you don't have a connection, just go to agoraadvantage.com.
And how do you spell that?
That's AGORA and then Advantage, ADVANTAGE.com. And Agora does stand for marketplace. It's a Greek word. It's a Greek word for marketplace.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because they would put the Agora in the city, which are all the vendors that come in, and that's where the word comes from.
Oh.
But if you go there, then the upper right-hand corner it says Join Now, and then you can go in there, and we have the memberships that are free, and then the advisor right now. It's worth $24.95. We do run different specials on there. Sometimes we'll do different. You have to find out when you get there what special we're running.
Sure. So again, take advantage of that. Go to agoraadvantage.com. And again, my name is Mike Driggers. My friend Vince Baker, CEO, is tearing it up. Take advantage of this.